Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core was the first ever Final Fantasy game I got into when it came out for the PSP. I still remember booting it up for the first time, getting drawn into Zack's journey, and being absolutely blown away. Back then, it wasn't just a game for me, it was an experience that inspired me and introduced me into Zack's legacy. Fast forward to today, and here we are with Crisis Core Reunion, a faithful remaster of the game that means so much to me. This isn't just nostalgia repackaged, it's a revival of Zack's story for an entirely new generation of players, and a bridge for fans like me who were left with burning questions after playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Let me take you back a bit. Crisis Core taught me just how important Zack was to the Final Fantasy VII universe. And here's the kicker, I never played the original Final Fantasy VII. I experienced it all backwards, starting with Crisis Core, then the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And then you know what? After finishing the remake, it felt like a sequel to Crisis Core, even though technically it was the other way around. When the Final Fantasy VII Remake gave us the glimpse of a new story to come, I was beyond hyped. Then they dropped the bombshell, Crisis Core was getting a remaster. For fans like me who love Zack's story, this was a dream come true. It wasn't just about reliving childhood memories, it was about seeing my beloved game brought to life on modern consoles with upgraded visuals, sound, and mechanics. What makes Crisis Core's story so impactful and how it fleshes out Zack as a character, you see his growth, his relationships, and the trials he faces as he strives to protect his honor and those he cares about. Reunion doesn't just rehash the story, it honors it. And for players who never got to experience Crisis Core on the PSP, this remaster answers so many questions about Zack's role in the Final Fantasy VII universe. For veterans like me, it's a chance to revisit heroism, the bonds, and the legacy, all while appreciating how it ties into the larger Final Fantasy VII narrative. It's a game that is as much as about storytelling as it is about action.
Now, do it. One blow, alright?
I could use a demo. Fine, let's do this. Yes! Got it in one blow!
That one was too weak. Now, again.
The story of Crisis Core Reunion remains as gripping as ever. It's a tale of ambition, loyalty, and perseverance with Zack Fair at its heart. From his early days as an eager second soldier class to his rise as a hero, the game does an incredible job of making you care about his journey. The relationships he builds with characters like Angeal, Genesis, Sephiroth, and of course Aerith are emotional core of the narrative. Each interaction adds depth to his character and gives the player a better understanding of the events that shaped the world of Final Fantasy VII. What stands out most is how the game balances hope and adversity. Zack's unwavering optimism contrasts with the darker themes of betrayal and conflict, creating a compelling narrative that keeps players invested. Reunion enhances this with updated cutscenes and voice work, making the emotional moments even more impactful. Playing through Crisis Core Reunion was like stepping into a dream. Seeing the game's new-gen graphics felt surreal. The vibrant environments, the character models, the upgraded animations, everything felt polished yet faithful to the original. The soundtrack? Absolutely stunning. They kept the spirit of the original compositions, but gave them the next-gen shine. Tracks like Price of the Freedom, Under the Apple Tree hit differently with enhanced orchestration. Each piece is carefully woven into the narrative, elevating emotional moments and intensifying the action-packed scenes. The voice acting, however, is where opinions might differ. Zack's new voice actor was a notable change, and I'll admit it took some getting used to. For longtime fans, the shift might feel jarring at first. Personally, I miss the original voice, which had become synonymous with Zack's character. That said, the new voice actor still delivers a commendable performance, bringing emotion and depth to Zack's lines. Another highlight of the remaster is how it updates certain gameplay aspects to make them more accessible to modern audiences. These subtle refinements make the experience smoother without detracting from the nostalgic core that fans love. Ultimately, Crisis Core Reunion strikes as a balance between a faithful remaster and a modernized experience. It respects more roots while making improvements that enhance its timeless appeal. Crisis Core's combat system has always been unique, and Reunion takes it to the next level. The game retains its action RPG roots with fast-paced battles that feel fluid and satisfying. The Digital Mind Wave (DMV) system, which introduces a slot machine mechanic for buffs and special attacks, remains a distinctive feature. While it's a bit RNG heavy, it adds a layer of unpredictability that keeps battles exciting. One of the best updates in Reunion is the improved responsiveness of combat. Attacks, dodges, and abilities all feel smoother, making gameplay more engaging. The revamped UI also helps with managing materia and items, giving the player more control over their strategy. Overall, the combat is a perfect blend of nostalgia and modern design. Visually, Crisis Core Reunion is stunning. The remaster doesn't just upscale the textures, it completely reimagines the game environments and character models. From the bustling streets of Midgar to the serene landscapes of Gunganga, every location feels alive and immersive. The lighting and shading bring a level of detail that wasn't possible on the PSP, making each scene a visual treat. Character models in particular deserve praise. Zack's expressive animations and updated design help convey his personality better than ever before. The cinematics has also been enhanced, making key story moments even more cinematic and impactful. Beyond combat, Crisis Core Reunion's mechanics have been fine-tuned to improve the overall experience. Side missions are now more accessible, allowing players to dive into optional content without disrupting the main story. These missions, while repetitive at times, offer valuable rewards and a chance to explore Zack's role as soldier. The materia system remains a highlight, giving players a wide range of abilities to experiment with. Fusion mechanics allow for customization, letting you tailor Zack's skills to your playstyle. Whether you prefer a more offensive or defensive approach, the game gives you the tools to succeed. One small gripe is the lack of significant updates to the mission structure. While the remaster improves accessibility, the missions themselves could use a little more variety. That said, the core gameplay loop is still addictive and rewarding. Crisis Core Reunion isn't just a remaster, it's a celebration of Zack's legacy and a love letter to fans who've carried his story in their hearts for years. For new players, it's the perfect gateway into the world of Final Fantasy VII, and for veterans like me, it's a nostalgic journey that's been given new life. As we stand on the cusp of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth finally coming to PC, my excitement is through the roof. While I haven't played it yet, knowing how Square Enix has been delivering incredible experiences like Crisis Core Reunion and the Final Fantasy VII Remake, I can only imagine what's in store. Rebirth feels like the next chapter of an adventure that started years ago for me on the PSP, and I can't wait to see how the story unfolds from here. The updated graphics, soundtrack, and gameplay all shine, even with the voice acting might feeling a bit different, but in the end, it's the same story that inspired me all those years ago, and it still hits just as hard as today. So if you've been on the fence about playing Crisis Core Reunion, let me tell you, it's absolutely worth it. For Zack, for the story, for the legacy.
Rainbow Energy. A soldier trademark.
Oh, you.
Color of the sky, right?
If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more gaming content. And as always, stay safe, stay awesome, and SlyB out.